Remember how Sony was supposed to release this on October 1, 2021, but then they forgot about it? Well, here's what came through our mind. Uh-oh, we forgot this movie was supposed to release on this day. You wanna know why? Because we know this movie is going to be a disaster. Yeah, we know this movie is going to suck hard and this movie is going to fail and everyone's going to hate this movie. Oh, I know. Let's give this a January release because everyone hates January movies, right? So let's give this a January release so that fans can already know that this movie is going to suck. Let's get fans worried. Sony, how dare you release this on my birthday? So I'll talk more about that in a bit, but right now, cue the intro. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome back to another rant video as a part of my Halloween reviews, and this is probably the last of them all. Not a good way to end it. And today, I am going to be doing a rant on Hotel Transylvania Transformania, or as I'd like to call it, Hotel Transylvania Trashformania. So Hotel Transylvania Transformania came out in the year 2022, one of the first movies to come out of last year, and is the fourth installment in the Hotel Transylvania franchise that no one asked for, and is directed by Derek Drymon and Jennifer Kluska. Literally, I have no clue who they are. And it stars Brian Hall, who reprises Adam Sandler's role as Dracula. But the others got to be kept, with Selena Gomez, Andy Samberg, Catherine Hahn, Jim Gaffigan, Steve Buscemi, Molly Shannon, David Spade, Keegan Michael Key, etc. Oh yeah, and also Gendy Tartakovsky, who was supposed to be the director of this franchise, but why didn't he direct this one? Well, who cares for all I know? And so basically the quote-unquote plot of this movie, it tells the story of, Draco, who is planning his retirement, and then he's planning to give the hotel to Mavis and Johnny, as the ownership. But then Jack suddenly sees Johnny in excitement when both he and Mavis overhears Jack planning to give the hotel to Mavis and Johnny. And realizing that Johnny is still in his usual annoying self, Jack literally tells Johnny that he won't run the hotel, and then his retirement speech goes wrong as he makes things up and screws up, but suddenly, considering that Jack rejects Johnny for not being a monster, Johnny gets help from Van Helsing to turn him into a monster so that he can run the hotel, and but suddenly things go wrong as Jack mistakenly uses the machine to turn himself into a human by accident, and everyone else gets turned into a human. All the main characters, except Erica and Mavis, they're still themselves. So they Dracula and Johnny embark on this adventure in Brazil to find the crystal when the machine breaks, and the others must find Drac and Johnny. But of course, eventually, I think you know what's gonna happen. They eventually find out that Drac actually lied to them because he didn't want Johnny to run the hotel, and now Johnny becomes an evil beast, and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Why? So let me just start by saying that I'm personally a defender of January movies. I don't think January is nearly as bad as people say it is. Yes, there are lots of times when January movies are bad, but I hate how people use the term quote unquote January movies, where a movie is bad and low quality and all that stuff just because it came out in January. That is just ridiculous right there. I mean, I hate that January movie term. It just sucks, yeah. But maybe I'm only defending January just because it's my birthday month, and you're gonna be like, oh, if only January wasn't your birthday month, you sure would have hated January. Yeah, that's what people would tell me, may tell me, but no, don't get me wrong. January is nowhere near my favorite month for movies. My personal favorite month for movies would be November, but I mean, January has some great movies that people seem to ignore. Like this year, we got films like Megan, which I actually rewatched earlier, but I'm not gonna review it because I already did. Megan, Missing, Plane, A Man Called Otto, like great January movies, and next year for January we're getting Night Swim, which I'm kind of excited for. I mean, a lot of the January movies I'm excited for got delayed, unfortunately. Yeah. So January 2024 might not be that strong. Though Michael Mann's Ferrari and Color Purple are releasing on January, so in my country, despite them being December movies in the US. So yeah, and January 2025 has both Paddington in Peru and Megan 2.0, which are both currently in my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025. I don't think Megan 2.0 will stay in my most anticipated movies of 2025 list because I'm sure there will be other movies I'm more excited for, but Paddington in Peru for sure will make my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025. And in the same year that Hotel Transylvania 4 came out, we got, another movie that came out on the same day, Scream 5, which, yes, Scream 5 is one of my favorite movies of 2022. Like, in my top 5, yes, I'm going that far. It's in my top 3, actually. Top 3 favorite movies of 2022. I love Scream 5 so much. Don't care what anyone else says. The 355 is not bad, actually, and I think there were other good, decent January 2020 movies, but I kind of forgot what they were. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, January is nowhere near as bad as people say they are. People say this, and in January, like in early January, I'm gonna do a top 10 best January movies, and also a worst January movies as well. But yeah, but it just sucks that out of all the days in January, it came out on my exact birthday, my 18th birthday. Yeah, thank God I saw Scream 5 my birthday and waited a week to see this one, so that this movie I wouldn't have to see garbage on my birthday. Yeah, but yeah, this movie, oh my God, yeah. This is in my top 5 worst January movies list. Yeah, this movie is abysmal. Oh yeah, and as for my thoughts on the Hotel Transylvania franchise in general, honestly, I don't like any of these movies. Not even one of them. They're not even like passable. All of them are not good. The first Hotel Transylvania movie is the most overrated Sony Pictures animation movie by far. I do not understand. Yeah, that movie has no plot. There's nothing. It's just a bunch of cartoonish slapstick shtick that has a pretty cool concept, but it literally has no story and it's just forgettable. I don't hate it, but it's Hotel Transylvania 2 is the definition of boring, and while there is a plot here, that it has probably the laziest plot imaginable. Yeah, I think Hotel Transylvania 2 is even worse than the first one. And Hotel Transylvania 3 is actually my favorite of the trilogy, but it's still not good. I think it's a very mid movie. I don't like the third film that much. So yeah, as you can tell, I am not excited for this movie. I was not excited for this in the first place. Just the moment they announced the fourth film, I was like, Sony, why? Like, I was against this. That like this is an obvious cash grab. And I know a lot of Hotel Transylvania fans were excited for this because they were excited to see a new Hotel Transylvania movie. Until it was announced that this movie was going to release on January. That's actually why I talked about the January. I was talking about my short defense of January movies earlier, because the moment they said that they revealed that this movie was releasing on January. Oh God, some people lost their excitement for this because they're like, January is gonna ruin Hotel Transylvania 4 because they're gonna be like, if if this movie has a January release date, that means it's not gonna be good. Yeah, that's what I heard from them. It really got fans concerned. And I don't think that's a good reason to not like this movie. But that doesn't change the fact that this movie is a disaster. An irredeemable garbage disaster. And yeah, it is it may be my second worst January movie, second only to Norman the North. Yes, I am going that far. And I think I gave this a little generous placement in my worst movies 2022. It's because this is in my top 3 worst movies of 2022. Yeah, right below I Pinocchio and Ice Age of Buckwell. Yeah, this is now the second worst animated film of 2022. I take DC League of Super Pets, Paws of Fear, The Legend of Hank, and all those disastrous animated films that I've been trashing. I take them any day over this monstrosity. Oh my god, I don't know where to begin with. Yeah. Oh, and I gotta say as well, this is the second worst Sony Pictures animation movie, second only to the Emoji movie. Yes, I would rather watch the Smurfs duology and the Peter Rabbit duology and Surf's Up to Waymania any day over this absolute train wreck of a movie. And you know what's even sadder actually? Just one more thing about January, and then I'll talk about the movie itself. Is that we're actually supposed to be getting an actual good animated movie to come out in January 14, my birthday, which is Nimona. Yep, the Blue Sky Nimona. It was supposed to come out on my birthday, and I was excited for it. Mainly because of that, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be the best birthday movie ever. But no, Blue Sky got shut down. Screw you, COVID, for that. Also, yes, it was technically COVID's fault for Disney shutting down Blue Sky. Now Disney had no choice but to sacrifice Blue Sky. And what a shame. I honestly think I probably would have loved the Blue Sky version more than the Netflix version, but I still love the Nimona. I still think it's a masterpiece, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, it would have been perfect for me. I mean, it was already the best Blue Sky movie. It was already the best Blue Sky movie. I could already tell, but no one's there. It got canceled, and instead we did get an animated movie on my birthday. And it's this one. Gee bus. Like, yeah, but now onto my points now. Is there anything good I can say about this movie? Nope. No positives at all. This movie is all endless negatives. All negatives, like all nothing but endless negatives. Oh boy, where do I even get started from here? But actually, let's talk about the main problem with the movie. The thing that made this movie as horrendous as it could be. This movie went back to square zero when it comes to its storytelling and character development, especially. If you recall the first 3 Hotel Transylvania movies, one major plot point is Jack being accepting to Johnny. At first, Johnny was just this outcast who was just a human, and everyone was against him for being a human because monsters hate humans, which is the point of Hotel. But then they learned to be accepting to Johnny, and then the second and third film was about Johnny being part of the family, and Jack, and since Johnny and Mavis are engaged and are married, and even though Johnny's a human, Jack learns to accept Johnny for who he is. So the fact that in this movie Dracula decides to reject Johnny just because he's a human and turns back, that just character assassinated all that the first 3 films went through, and just went back to square zero. Went back to where we started in the first film, where Jack not accepting Johnny as a part of the family just because he is human. He is human. And you know, I know why? Because the reason why he's actually afraid of Johnny running the hotel, it's because how do I say this? Jack is afraid that Johnny is going to make it a cool and hip modernized hotel, and all that stuff. Yeah, and so Jack just decides, oh Johnny, you're no longer fun. You're just gonna turn my hotel into a modernized, cartoonish version. So I'm not gonna let you. Oh my goodness, yeah, my god, yeah. Even as a non-Hotel Transylvania fan myself, even as someone who's not a fan of this franchise, yeah, I'm even calling out this movie for ruining the first three movies, for literally character assassinating Dragon, everyone pretty much, yeah. Yeah, everyone just went back to square zero now. Like, why? And Drake is literally the villain of the movie. Drake is literally the main antagonist in the movie. Yeah, they literally antagonized him just almost as much as how they antagonized Ralph in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah, that much. Yeah, when Drake literally tells Johnny that he doesn't that he's not part of the family, and he rejects Johnny. Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Jack is the villain of the movie, and yeah, as a result, Mavis has never been even angrier at Dracula. Yeah, she's never been this angry before, and oh my goodness, that liar reveal cliche. Yeah, you know those animated liar reveal cliches. Where the main character admits he lies and then he gets betrayed, and he gets for a while now. Yeah, literally Jack tries to lie about the fact that he doesn't want Johnny to run the hotel, which is why instead of like announcing his retirement, he announced the fact that they will add another restaurant to the hotel. I was actually laughing and that was actually entertaining. I'm gonna say it, but dumb fun minus entertainment. Yeah, that was entertaining in all the worst ways possible. When drunk, with his big and special announcement is a restaurant, and he was so nervous about it. I was actually laughing, not laughing at the movie because of how quote unquote funny it is, because of how, because you know how he just Jack just decides that his big announcement is a restaurant. Yeah, it was just hilariously stupid. And by the way, speaking of comedy, oh my goodness, the comedy in this movie. Yeah, Sony literally went back to their pre-Spider-Verse era where they all this over-the-top and cartoony animation. And yes, I am with animated then. At least with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the Cloudy movies, at least the cartoony animation was handled well. And there were points where they know when to stop. But in Hotel Transylvania, it just keeps on going and going and going up to the point where it just infuriates you. It just annoys you, and it really annoys me. I mean, with that cartoony animation, that especially Johnny, who gave this, and Johnny and Jack, both of them give this really annoying, obnoxious comedy, comedic, thing. Yeah. And yeah, oh my god, that's pretty much all the humor. There is nothing funny about it. It's just all the same, the typical babyish slapstick humor that we see so many times before, like so many times in other movies, in other especially in Sony's pre-Spider-Verse era. Yeah, Sony, what happened to you? Why did you decide to go back to your pre-Spider-Verse era? I mean, Into the Spider-Verse truly changed Sony Pictures animation for the better. Yeah, sure, this isn't the only bad Sony Pictures animation in the Spider-Verse era, because we have Peter Rabbit to the Runaway, which is another unnecessary cash grab sequel that literally no one asked for. But you had films like Mitchell's versus the Machines, Vivo, and a few others. Even outside of Spider-Verse, you've given us some good movies. So, what is this? Yeah, what on earth is this? I don't know. And yeah. Oh, and I don't know why. And by the way, the animation in this movie is absolutely horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. Just like this is a downgrade from the first three animations. I don't even like the animation in this franchise, despite the character designs of being a little decent. I will give it that, but this movie has horrible character designs, like horrendous, ugly character designs. Like oh my god, like and the fact that Sony was actually planning to release this in theaters, yeah, honestly, I want, even though I hate to say this, but thank God for the pandemic, for not letting this low budget, this cheap looking animation release in theaters. Because, no joke, before COVID came out, this was supposed to get a theatrical release. Specifically in July 2021, this was supposed to get a theatrical release. And also oh yeah, also Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to release on July 2021, so I think this movie would have flopped. Thanks to No Way Home, yeah, this movie would have flopped hard at the box office. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that. Yeah, this movie would have flopped because everyone, even kids, would have picked No Way Home. Yeah, I don't know a single human being who would rather watch Transformania in theaters over No Way Home. Oh yeah, also Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 as well. Well, it makes sense if kids choose this over Mission Impossible, actually. Yeah, but I haven't forgotten about the movies that were supposed to come out in July 2021. But yeah, the animation sucks. What else is there to say? Oh yeah, one more thing, the ending, the freaking ending. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the ending, like. Oh my! I have to talk about the ending because oh my goodness, the ending in this movie, the ending in this movie, in this movie, yeah. So basically, what happens in the ending, if you can recall, basically, the monster, which is apparently Van Helsing's pet, literally becomes a giant and ate the hotel. And when the characters came back from Brazil, they saw the hotel broken. And then just 1 second later, it just the hotel is just back, and then the movie just pretends that it didn't happen. But and then maybe it's in Johnny finally at the hotel. Like, why? Like that just came out of nowhere. I guess the movie just wanted us to remember that there was a giant monster guinea pig that Van Helsing mistakenly turned into a monster. But destroying the hotel, that's too far. Oh yeah, and speaking of too far. One of the things I hate the most about this movie, it is the toilet humor. Oh my goodness, this movie takes toilet humor to a whole new level, and I hate toilet humor. Basically, these I'm sure you know Griffin, the invisible guy. Yeah, he turns into a human because all the supporting characters turns into a human. The moment Jack left, and turns out. Griffin is naked. Like the camera literally shows his butt. Yeah, there's one scene that the camera literally like sticks very close to Griffin's butt. I can guarantee that. That pissed me off. I can't believe they had the guts to do that. That is disgusting, and that is a new low for toilet humor. In fact, I think this has easily the worst comedy of 2022. And the comedy is just embarrassing. Oh my goodness. And yes, actually, remember earlier when I said that there was no positives? Actually, on reflection, I think I forgot to mention a few things. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, but take note, they have nothing to do with the movie itself. First of all, I think this is one of the most creative Sony logo, where basically the Sony logo that popped up was there was fangs that came out of the O, which is so cool, and then you got Blobby in the Colombia logo, which is awesome. The end credit, the hand-drawn end credits was actually very creative. Yeah, I actually watched the credits all the way through because of how creative it looked. And in that element though, I don't think Brian Hall is a bad replacement for Dracula. He sounded exactly like Adam Sandler, and that's actually the thing. That's actually the thing. Yeah, Brian Hall did try. It's just the problem was just the material he gave because too bad he voiced. Too bad that he voiced who one could possibly be the worst character in the movie. Yeah, I. But Brian Hall actually, but that's actually Brian Hall's thing. He's actually able to make impressions to other characters where he's actually able to sound like the character. So that's actually why Brian Hall sounds exactly like Adam Sandler because that's really him. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention another point that I should make in this. Another point. Why do you need to explain Mavis's backstory as a kid again? They did it in Hotel Transylvania 1, and we already know. So why would you want to go back there to retell the story of young Mavis? Like as if we forgot. I'm sure a lot of kids would have rewatched the Hotel Transylvania movies, including the first one being after this. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm done here. Yeah. So overall, yeah, Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, or Transformania is easily the worst Hotel Transylvania movie. But saying this is the worst Hotel Transylvania movie is an overstatement. This is the worst Sony Pictures animation movie since the Emoji Movie. Yeah, it's that level of bad. Yeah. Yeah, this movie is insufferable. It literally assassinates everything Drac learned in the first three films and turned them into Ralph from Ralph Breaks the Internet. The Ralph from Ralph Breaks the Internet of Sony. It's very mean-spirited. Very mean-spirited, ugly animation. And the fact that Sony doesn't care about this movie is just beyond me. And this movie should have never existed in the first place. Never. And honestly, I wish this movie has stayed with its October 2021 release date instead of releasing this on my birthday. Well, at least I can forgive the fact that at least there was a masterpiece that came out on my birthday, which I'm probably gonna rewatch Scream 5 tonight. Actually, I'm in the mood for some Scream. For some Screams. So yeah. Yeah. Who agrees with me that Scream 5 is a million times better than Hotel Transylvania and Transformania, a way better January 14, 2022 movie. So with that said, I think you all know what I'm gonna give Hotel Transylvania Transformania half star out of 5. Just garbage movie. Woo! Yep. First bad Sony Pictures animation movie I rented on. I'd love to rent the Emoji Movie at some point, but I just gotta find the right time to do it. So yeah, by the way, before I conclude on this rant, I'd like to give two shout-outs to two users, Lambo Rock Strikes Back and Gwen the Cat. Gwen the Cat, yeah. For Gwen the Cat, it's because this is his least favorite movie of all time, and I can totally see why. It's in my top 15 least favorite movies of all time. Not quite my top 10 because I think there are 10 worst movies, but it comes close. And as for Lambo Rock Strikes Back, the reason why I gave him a shout out, he's actually the reason as to why I decided to rant on this movie myself. Because Lambo Rock Strikes Back made his rant on this movie, and he talks about it a lot. I was like, since he's talking about it a lot, I think I should rant on this one too. And yeah, so yeah, hopefully no one will say that January is the reason why this movie is bad. So yeah, that's all for my rant on this disaster. What are your thoughts on Hotel Transylvania Transformania? I'm sure most people would agree with me that this movie sucks, but is there anyone here who actually finds some enjoyment in this? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my top 10 worst horror movie, my top 10 most underrated and worst Disney movies. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but I'm not sure yet if I'll do my top 10 best and worst horror movies list. I would love to do that, but I will let you know. I will update you if I'll do it or not. But anyway, tomorrow's the actual Halloween date, October 31, so you'll see how things go. So anyways, bye guys.